Hello friends, today again I am before you with the model answer of yesterday's question. Now if you remember, yesterday we gave a question from Indian philosophy. So now let us see what was the question and what can be the model answer for that. Now the question was, examine Charvak's critique of inference as means of knowledge. If you have gone through Charvak philosophy, you will know that they accept only pratyaksh as means of knowledge, that is perception only as a means of knowledge, and they reject all other means of knowledge which has been accepted by various other schools of Indian philosophy. Inference is one of one of those means which is accepted by all other schools but rejected by Charvaks. Now, what are the reasons that we will see in this answer? So, this question, if you see, this is a simple question, direct question. So first we will have to, after a brief introduction, we will go to what is the Charvak's reasons for rejection or critique of rejection of inference. And then we will see the critical evaluation of whole Charvak's idea, because we will see how Charvak's idea itself is acceptable or not acceptable. And then finally, we'll conclude the answer. So now, if you see, I mean, in introduction also, we have to give some additional information. I mean, that has to be done in every answer or every question when we are answering. So here, I mean, if you see the introduction, the Charvak school, also known as Lokayat. So this is, we are telling, is the most prominent materialist system in Indian philosophy. It upholds perception, that is pratyaksh, as the sole valid pramana. So pratyaksh is the only means of knowledge as far as Charvak is concerned, and rejects inference as epistemically unreliable and conducive to metaphysical speculation. So this is what the main reason, thrust of the reason of Charvak's philosophy, why they are rejecting. Because from knowledge point of view, that is epistemically, it's unreliable, and from it gives a scope for metaphysical speculation, that is soul, God, afterlife, all those in Charvak's theory are not acceptable. So now let us see what are the reasons given by Charvak for criticizing inference. First is inaccessibility of Vyapti. Now, Vyapti is basically universal relation between two terms in any observation. So we will see as example also. For example, inference presupposes a general rule. For example, wherever there is a smoke, there is fire. So there is a continuous or a relation between smoke and fire, and this is called Vyapti basically. I mean, from by other schools. So Charvaks argue that such Vyapti cannot be perceived directly and is thus mere assumption, not knowledge. So therefore, they reject inference. Now, second reason is fallibility of inference, because inference can be wrong at many times. They highlight instances of mistaken inference, such as taking mist for smoke and wrongly inferring fire. So this shows that inference moves from known to unknown, always with risk of error. So this is again another criticism by Charvak. Then circularity and regress. So they also say that this inference thing is based on circular argument and on infinite regress. Establishment of Vyapti through repeated observation itself requires inference. So therefore, again, Vyapti, inference, Vyapti, this circle keeps on continuing. So therefore, this is an infinite regress kind of situation, and therefore, it's not acceptable. Then it encourages unverifiable entities. In the beginning also, we have told that metaphysically, this whole inference thing encourages to accept unverifiable entities. For example, atoms, soul, afterlife, etc., which Charvaks dismiss as unobservable and unfalsifiable. So this is the basic argument of Charvak for rejecting the inference as a source of knowledge. Now, what will be the critical points or critical evaluation of this whole concept of Charvak? Let us see. While Charvak's critique is a bold assertion of empirical rigor, okay, I mean, because they believe in only perception, so it's only empirical thing they believe. It borders on epistemic minimalism. That is, almost knowledge will become zero or minimum. wherever we are using epistemology or epistemic, it relates to knowledge basically. That is philosophical way of saying knowledge related. So it will become minimal knowledge. It fails to distinguish between valid and fallacious inference, unlike Nyaya school, which systematized inference and unclassified fallacies in detail. So basically, here what is being told, that Nyaya school has systematized various kind of inferences and fallacies also. Fallacies they call hetuabhyas, and systematized inference, that is Tarup Lakshana. So basically, Nyaya school has a very systematic epistemology, that is theory of knowledge, in which they have dealt in detail with inference and fallacies of inference also. So what is being said here? Ki Charvak is failing in distinguishing between the real knowledge and fallacious knowledge, and they are categorizing all knowledge as fallacious. So therefore, Charvak's view is not acceptable. Now, thinkers like Udayan is again a Nyaya school thinker. He has written the book Nyaya Kusumanjali, defended inference by grounding Vyapti in a repeated, uncontradicted experience. That is a Vyavichari Drashtan. Avyavichari Drashtant. These are Sanskrit terms. I keep on telling again to students while dealing with Indian philosophy. If you remember, please do use certain Sanskrit terms you can use. If you are dealing with Western philosophy, some Greek and Latin terms will be there, which you can, if you remember, please use that, because that will distinguish uh, your presentation from others' presentation. So for this only, you can prepare the notebooks, etc., and remember those terms along with other philosophical terms, which are important for various questions, various topics, etc. Now, even everyday cognition, for example, inferring the presence of fire from smoke or illness from symptoms is inferential. So basically, what Nyaya school is telling, that if we reject inference, then our day-to-day life itself will become difficult. I mean, because we keep on inferring so many things. I mean, for day-to-day, our conduct and behavior and life also. Moreover, modern science, now what modern science says, let us see that also, relies extensively on hypothetico-deductive reasoning. So this is modern science, which presumes inferential logic, rendering the Charvak position untenable in both classical and contemporary epistemology. So basically, even modern science also is not in tune with Charvak's criticism of inference or rejection of inference. So this is what is being said here. Now, in conclusion, the Charvak rejection of inference reflects a rigorous empirical ethos, but is ultimately self-defeating. By denying anumana, that is inference, they forfeit access to causality, generalization, and science. So they are basically, by denying inference, they are denying causality, generalization also. Cause and effect relationship they are denying generalizations, they are denying induction, all these things, and science also they are denying. A refined and regulated use of inference, as upheld by Nyaya school of philosophy, Indian philosophy, offers a more balanced and enduring foundation for knowledge. So this is what we are concluding as far as this question is concerned. Now, for tomorrow, as we keep on moving one section by other section, so for tomorrow, we will take a question from philosophy of religion. So now let us see what is that question. Now the question for tomorrow is critically evaluate the ontological argument for existence of God. Now, this question, critically evaluate the ontological argument for existence of God. We will be discussing and giving a model answer tomorrow in about 300 words. So thanks a lot for watching today's video. We'll meet again tomorrow with the model answer of the question from philosophy of religion. Thank you one and all.